YolanDa is me. I'm a musician, saxophonist, an artist, and you'll learn a bit more about me in this interview.
So when did you realise that the saxophone was your instrumental calling? Because I know that you've played the drums, the piano, violin, oboe, I heard, recorder. So yes, when did you think, yes, saxophone, that's me?
Yeah, you kind of answered the question there for me. I usually have to go and I played the... So yeah, we've done that. And probably around the age of 13, all of the instruments, as you've mentioned, sort of the piano, I couldn't take the piano around with me. Drums, I could carry pots and pans, but that was about it, so I couldn't really transport the music with me, and I felt that I really wanted an instrument that I could just put together, something cool as well, because the violin wasn't as cool in my day. So something cool, something I could put together whenever I wanted to play. And for me, music is very therapeutic. So I used to play for feelings, play if I was sad, play if I was happy, especially being a teenager, there's so many things going on in your head. And so saxophone just was a natural extension of me, really. It felt like a voice, something I could just, sit down and just play to myself.
So did you just think, oh, hang on, because a lot of us are exposed to the piano, drums, and the recorder to an extent, but then how did you actually come across the saxophone and think?
I think it was a music program actually at school. I was 13, and I went to a lovely school where they sort of opened you up to the range of different instruments that were around, which is something that now I hold true to my heart, and I'm involved with Yamaha, doing things like that, going into schools and showing children instruments. And I had the chance just to pick one up and have a feel. How did it feel? And just felt really natural. And luckily my parents invested in me and bought me my first ever saxophone, and it's been with me ever since, really. And since then it's just grown and become a career.
Okay, which you're enjoying as well.
Exactly.
Which is good.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. You have won the Best Jazz Mobo 2 years in a row, and I just wondered, how does a self-taught saxophonist manage to win? Not because you can't, but just because you've taught yourself the other traditional ways, which are theory-based type things. But anyway, so how does it feel, considering that traditional jazz, the stereotype is nose in the air, everybody's snobby, and and for you to have that achievement, what's going through your mind when you win it the first time, and what's going through your mind the second time? You're thinking, wow.
Yeah, I think I try not to think too deeply about it, to be honest.
Really?
Because for me, music, as I said, is very therapeutic. That's where it started, and I always try and keep that base. So music is something I'm trying to communicate a feeling to the listener. That's as simple as music goes for me. I don't want it to be about what does she wear, what is she, I just want, the music to speak. So in terms of the awards, I just kept thinking it's a public voted category. People have logged on to the Mobo website and checked my name. That's all I could think, It's nothing to do with the industry. It was a public voted category, and my fans stepped up and decided they wanted to honour me. And for me, that is... makes me want to get up in the morning, makes me want to do my next concert, makes me want to tour, and that's great. Anything else, I'm not thinking about, too much about the industry, because you've got to come to the plate with something new. And I feel that, being self-taught, being very emotional about my music is what's brought me so far. And so you can't sort of think, well, I didn't go to theory school and I didn't, So really it's about, I guess, being confident in yourself and knowing that there are people out there that want to hear your music. And that's why you've been honoured, with these awards. So I'm really grateful to the fans, and that's why I keep doing what I do.
From your debut concert in July 2007, I had it somewhere, there's been a wide range of shows that you've been involved in. I read, there are a few jazz venues that you did in Miami. There was an auto show in Frankfurt, Amsterdam Carnival. Putting a Russian twist on reggae was the one
Russian
that I
president.
thought, oh yes, Winter Palace as well. And you also did the London leg of Obama's inauguration, at the Indigo as well. And has there been like a standout event for you? Has there been one thing where you've just been like, actually, that was I'm glad saxophone?
It's really hard to pinpoint, and most of the things that you've highlighted there were in sort of that year, that year of. So now you've kind of taken me back. Oh yeah, I did that. I mean, and then to think what's happened since, playing with David Sanborn, Diana Krall, and the Royal Albert Hall for 3 nights. Has just been touring with the Temptations. There's been so much, and I can't necessarily choose one. Even going to the local high school to speak to the students for me is a wonderful achievement and a wonderful sort of reward to be able to give back and to speak back. So it's really hard. Every day is different. So,
and every day is a good day.
And every day is a good day. So I'm just glad that I've had those opportunities, really.
That's good. So you'll be supporting the French-Nigerian YolanDa, that is Asa, on the 5th of June at the Indigo. And what are your thoughts on the current African music scene?
I think it's really, really exciting right now. I think with African music and African film, in terms of how Nollywood is progressing and moving up, this is the stage you really want to be involved. Everything's becoming a lot cleaner. I think before the talent and everything was always there, the culture is always there, but now it's a lot more polished, a lot more blingy. Even if we're going to take it to the Niger kind of link, and I think that's really exciting, because now it's making people step up. You've got artists collaborating with Snoop Dogg, and it's just amazing to think that now it's penetrating into the mainstream and is accepted. It's not kind of like, oh, this is for the elite lot. It's accepted by everybody. People are doing Jose dancing, it's amazing, and I think it's wonderful to be a part of that. I'm rocked to play with Afrobeat in my music, because with Afro jazz, using Fela Kuti and influences like that. So I just think now is the time. African culture is really coming up in a good way. It's not that it's kind of like,
children.
Exactly. It's very polished, and I'm really proud of it.
So the Sunday, 5th of June, is V-Day. What can we expect from the show? And
I'm looking for a lively time. I'm going to have my whole full band with my 3 beautiful backing vocalists, and so we'll have a lot of singing and a lot of dancing, maybe one emotional moment. I think it's very important to have emotional moments, but I really want to show, especially the Cokobar crowd, my sort of Afrobeat side, my Niger side, but keeping true to myself. So I know that it might be the first time a lot of people have seen me also, and so I'll be introducing myself to you. I have a song called Story, which I love to play as my introduction. This is who I am, this is my instrument. So it's going to be good. And I love to talk. I love to talk on stage, so it's not kind of just playing at you. I love to sort of experience with you. So.
Can we expect a collabo with you and Asa on the night?
I hope so. It's nice when you've got sort of different artists in the room and then sharing the stage together. It'd be really, really cool. It's always a magic moment, so let's hope so. Asa's music is fantastic, always with a very deep message, always illustrating what's going on in, current affairs. but then along with very natural rhythms, very modern rhythms as well, which keeps it very current. And I think it's great, a fantastic way to communicate with the younger generations about what's really happening in Africa and around the world.
What did it say to make you so blind now to your conscience and your reason? Could it be love for your country or for the gun you use in killing? So there is fire on the mountain and nobody seems to be on the run. There is fire on the mountain top and no one is so wrong.
Well, in the next year it's going to be really exciting. I'm going to be touring a lot and touring my new material. I mean, just in the past couple of months is now sort of leading through. In December I was awarded an honorary doctorate for my contribution in music from the University of East London. And then I went to Buckingham Palace to meet the Queen just even a few weeks ago, and really got celebrated there as a young performer, which was fantastic. Moving on, I'm going to Nigeria in the summer with Mike Aremu. I know a lot of people might know Mike Aremu, and he's got a special guest, Kenny G.
Wow.
At the Echo Hotel, so I'm really looking forward to that. And then hopefully get to pound some yam as well. Every time I go to Nigeria, I always pound yam. And then come back, I'll be touring my new album. And yeah, I'm just really looking forward to bringing the new me out. As I said, there's going to be some vocals, and you know, there's been so much going on in the world. I think that really motivated me to bring out the vocal side of me. I've always used to say the saxophone is my voice. It still is, for the people that trusted me with that. It still is my voice, but I felt that there's so much going on. There's Japan, you know, what happened in Egypt, and we were meant to go to Tunisia. I was meant to go and play in Tunisia, and then, you know, everything went with Libya, and it was just a hard time. And I thought, you know, I need sometimes more than notes, more than sounds to communicate this. And so lyrics started flowing, which I didn't know I had. And melodies, you know, started coming, and so been experimenting a lot more with that, and been really excited, really, that, I don't know, the creative, sort of natural creative way can take you in any which way. I've always sort of been very steadfast, I'm a saxophonist, and that's it. And I think inspirations even such as Asa, you know, how modern her music is, how modern the rhythms are, but yet the message is always so deep, you know, and I just felt really naturally driven to do that. And so yeah, I'm excited, nervous at the same time, because obviously you're introducing yourself as somebody totally different. But I'm excited about it. Yes.
So, in amongst all this, where are you finding time for your PhD?
Well, that's the thing. I actually put the PhD on the back burner.
Okay.
And it was a very hard decision, and I know I'm still going to finish it.
Right.
But the funny thing is, and the great thing, the blessings that come, is that I put the PhD on the back burner. 2 months later, I got a letter from the University of East London saying we'd like to award you with an honorary doctorate. So I just felt, you know, sometimes you question, is that the right move?
Yeah.
Should I stay in academia and just put the music on hold? But it was a good sign, you know, a good sign from God to say you've chosen the right direction, and I'm going to reward you. Get on with it. You're still a doctor. Go, go, go. Yeah. So for me, that was amazing, and you know, just giving thanks every day for that, and knowing that this is what I'm meant to be doing.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And we look forward to seeing you on the 5th of June.
Yes, I'm really excited. I'll see you there.
YolanDa Brown's my darling, man. She's cool, man. She's amazing.
She's in another league. She's going to be great.
I'm YolanDa Brown, and I'm a special guest for Asa live in concert at the Indigo 2 on Sunday the 5th of June. Really looking forward to it. It's going to be a fantastic time. For more information and tickets, go to www.cokobar.com. I'll see you there.